Coming up in this video, I'll be talking all about a new attraction coming to Chessington World of Adventures in 2018. Along with that, I'll be sharing some new concept art from Rulantica at Europa Park, taking a look at the latest construction taking place on the world's tallest dive coaster over at Canada's Wonderland, and also talking about a little refurbishment over at Cedar Point, and also a bit about the future of the park. I'm Sean Sandbrook, this is TPW Weekly, and that means it's time to spook those titles. It's Wednesday the 24th of October 2018 and welcome to this week's episode. Yes, of course, the spooky season is in full swing now. I know a lot of you have been out there to various different Halloween events, and me and Charlotte did loads. We actually did 5 events in a row the other night. Lots of vlogs to come on the channel. You'll notice today as well another Halloween vlog is coming online along with TPW Weekly. You'll notice over the next week or so as we go into that main rush of Halloween, some days there won't just be one video, there'll be 2 new videos coming to our YouTube channel. So much going on at the moment, it really is crazy. Check out our latest Halloween videos, and of course the last couple of vlogs went online from me and Alex's trip over to Florida. A vlog from Volcano Bay where I went and seen that for the first time, and of course a second vlog as well where we went to Universal Orlando Resort and of course to Islands of Adventure. That vlog is now online, so those 2 brand new videos, check them out here on our YouTube channel. It's also been a very special few days for us here at Theme Park Worldwide, as we received a very special award, and it was also our 2000th video as well. So more about that coming up a little bit later on in Mysterious Merchandise. You might have seen our separate video about it, but for those of you that haven't, I'll talk a little bit about it later on in this episode. Anyway, quite a lot of updates to talk about in the theme park industry this week, so let's kick straight in with our creepy news roundup. Ooh. Room on the Broom, a magical journey, is a new attraction coming to Chessington World of Adventures in 2019. Now this was announced by the park just over a week ago, and they have confirmed that their old attraction Hocus Pocus Hall that opened back in 2003 is set to close in a couple of weeks time at the end of the season to be transformed for next year into Room on the Broom, a magical journey which looks to be some sort of interactive attraction. It's actually based on a children's book that was written by Julia Donaldson, and yeah, it does look like it's going to be quite an interesting attraction. Obviously already you've got the existing entry scene, which is like a library. It seems like from looking at the press release that's going to be staying, but obviously getting rethemed to fit with that. At the moment it's an interactive experience where you used to actually walk through with 3D glasses on, and all the walls used to stick out, all the UV paint. I presume that's going to change quite a bit, because at the end of the day they did take out the whole 3D glasses aspect, and you just walked through this year. But yeah, it seems interesting. Obviously it's only going to be a budget retheme, I think. I don't think it's anything going to be world class coming into Hocus Pocus Hall. Obviously they've already had Tiger Rock for this year, that was another retheme. Hopefully for the year after 2020 we're going to be looking at another major addition. I'd hope so. Instead of all these rethemes, I really hope a new ride is coming to the park. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be a good addition. Of course you'll be able to experience the much loved children's story coming to life as you visit the Enchanted Library, the start of your magical journey. That's from the press release just there. It seems like it's going to be interactive, because you're going to be looking for like lost items in the trees and on the floor, and yeah, it should be quite an interesting one. Obviously it's an IP, it's based on a book, so yeah, it seems like Chessington are going down that route quite a bit at the moment. Obviously a couple of years back we had the Gruffalo. It was a good retheme. I do miss Bubbleworks, but it certainly wasn't a bad retheme. They did quite a good job of that with the theming and keeping that atmosphere of the boat ride and everything. But yeah, I look forward to seeing what happens with that one next year. We'll go and check it out, of course, do a review. And yeah, stay tuned for that here on Theme Park Worldwide. Next up then, let's share a bit of an update from Rulantica, the huge new water park and also a hotel project, Kronosar, just next door, which is all opening in the next couple of years. The hotel opening earlier in 2019 and the water park set to open in the winter season of 2019 to early 2020, all depending on how it's going. Over the past couple of months, the roofing structures have been going in. It looks really good. And Europa Park, about a week or so ago, released this new concept art. So I'll put these on your screen, 4 different images to see here of Rulantica, that huge new water park with loads of slides, pools, indoor sections, outdoor sections. And as you see in these images just here, you can see some of the theming, the extent what they're going to go to. Mac Solutions, which is one of their companies, what they created along with Mac Media, Mac Rides, obviously Europa Park themselves. You know, it's a big expansion. They've released this and it looks fantastic. You can see like play areas for the kids there, looks to be Viking themed. You've got like a mermaid wall, that looks interesting. Apparently there's going to be projections used there. And you've got the outdoor pool bar, which looks interesting. They're all in the outdoor pool with glasses. So I know quite a few German water parks and a lot around the world have got like swim ups to pool bars. So that should be interesting. But yeah, I really look forward to seeing how this one progresses. Concept art there looks beautiful. I think this has got to be one of the best water parks in the world when it's complete. We know it's going to have the capacity. So many rides being put into this. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. And of course, we'll be straight out there when this opens. I'd like to do opening day, to be honest. It all depends with other things going on. But of course, I'd love to be there for that and see it. It's a big new expansion for Europa Park. And I look forward to following it. Talking about expansion then, Yukon Striker over at Canada's Wonderland. Construction's really progressing on that. The new B&M dive coaster, but not just any B&M dive, it's the world's tallest. And I'll put a couple of construction images on your screen now for you to see. Of course, with it being the world's tallest dive coaster, it's got that huge drop. It's got quite an interesting layout, this one. I remember talking about it when it got announced only a few months back. But yeah, this is of course opening next year at Canada's Wonderland. Don't think I'll be getting out there to ride this one in Canada next year, but maybe some of you guys will. And so if you do, make sure you let us know your thoughts here on Theme Park Worldwide. As you can see there, it looks great on the skyline, some really good views across the park is going to be had there from the lift hill and turning around that top section before diving down into the rest of the coaster and its elements. But yeah, it looks fantastic. Moving on from that then on to the final bit of news, which is from Cedar Point. Now with this you might think of it, hang on, it's a bit of a small news update, but I think this is to open up a bigger picture because Cedar Point actually did a blog post a few days back now talking about the Cedar Creek Mine Ride. Obviously it opened back in what, 1969, and since then a lot of the theming and the station areas started to decay quite a bit. And they actually put these pictures on just here of the sign being reworked a few days ago and it's been restored to how it looked back when the ride opened. But obviously this sort of hints towards more changes coming to the park because obviously the 150th anniversary of Cedar Point is coming up in just a couple of years' time. It's an old park with so much history and I loved visiting back in June this year. Check out the vlogs if you've not seen them. But yeah, it feels to me like they've opened up this saying, what would you like to see improved at the park, ready for our anniversary? And they put that on the blog post. Now the social media at Cedar Point have always been very active with what they're doing in the park and trolling people sometimes and stuff. But I really feel like they could be looking at maybe bringing some older things back. I know a lot of people liked some of the old bits of theming, the old like river cruises and stuff. So maybe some more old stuff's going to come back to the park, or at least for the anniversary year. I'd love to know what your favourite Cedar Point memory is or ride. Comment down below on this video. I know we've got a lot of American viewers, so hi out there to all of you in the States and let me know your thoughts on Cedar Point's future. Of course, a lot of people watching this in the UK and around the rest of the world may have been to Cedar Point as well. If you have, let me know about your experience there. I would love to know. Anyway, that is all for the Creepy News Roundup. It's now time for Guess the Ride. Now it seems that quite a few people got this one right last week. Down in the comments below, it was of course Velociraptor, located within Lost Kingdom at Paulton's Park. And the image is just there on your screen. As I said last week, I'll make sure that I put the image in or play the sound clip so you guys get to see what it was or hear what it was. But of course we've got another one. Instead of a sound clip, we're going to have another picture yet again. I like doing these pictures at the moment. I think because we did sound clips for so long, it's quite nice to freshen it up and do some pictures. Here you go. Here's another zoomed in image image, what is that ride? It could be a coaster, a water ride, it could be anything ride related. So comment down below on this video. It's just for fun, and of course I'll reveal what it was and show you that image again in next week's episode of TPW Weekly. It's now time for a very special mystery merchandise. Now, like I said at the start of this week's show, I did actually do a separate video all about this, what I'm about to talk about, a couple of days back. As soon as it arrived, I filmed the video straight away. But if you've not yet seen it, check it out. The link is down below in the video description. But yes, I actually received my YouTube Creator Award for reaching 100,000 subscribers. Of course, I'll set it in them videos, I've said it over social media, but I'll say it again, I just can't thank you guys enough for all the support for my videos and Theme Park Worldwide. We all really appreciate it, so thank you so much. I really do mean that. And yeah, I actually received my silver play button, and I thought I've done that separate video, but a lot of you might not watch the other videos. If you don't, you definitely should do. But if you don't get a chance to watch them other videos, maybe just tune in for the weekly news updates, and then I thought I'd share it with you guys here as well. Because here it is, my silver play button, which I'm so pleased to get. Honestly, I never thought, when I started this channel back in 2012, I never thought the day would come where I'd actually get one of these. And yeah, obviously it's the new design one as well. It changed about a year or so ago. And yeah, I'm so pleased to have this. It's a mirror. You see the it reflects around the room. It is crazy, isn't it? And of course it's got on there Theme Park Worldwide, 100,000 subscribers. There we go, tells it so you can see it a bit. But yeah, that is fantastic. Honestly, thank you so much. Without everyone who's appeared on the channel, and of course, most importantly, all of your support, then I wouldn't have ever got this. So honestly, thank you so much. And this is going to have prize position, not even here at the World of Theme Parks. It's going somewhere even more special where I can look at it all the time, because I'm so proud to have that. It's one of my biggest achievements in life. It's a money can't buy object, isn't it, that? And I'm so pleased to have it. So thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me. And if you want to see my initial reaction to getting it out of the box, then all you need to do is check out that link down below in the video description. But yes, the silver play button taking pride of place in my theme park collection, but a little bit closer to me than here at the World of Theme Parks. So yes, welcome to the final segment of this week's episode, our very spooky Interact with the Dead. And of course, Halloween is coming up next week. So for next week's episode, let's see your best Halloween costumes, any Halloween related photos, get them sent in for next week's episode, get them sent in on Instagram and also via Facebook message as well. We'd love to see them and of course put them in next week's episode. So yes, Interact with the Dead this week, lots to get through, but we're starting off with Pete just here at Thorpe Park Fright Nights. Next up we've got Josh with a Disneyland Paris jacket. I did ask you last week to send in your merchandise pictures, like your clothing, so thank you very much for sending that in. Moving on, we've got Liam outside Oblivion there at Alton Towers. And then we've got Jenny with a selection of theme park photos just there, so thanks for sharing those. Next up we've got David on Saw the Ride, and Saw's very popular this week because Kelly has also had a photo just there. Moving on then from those, we've got Jack at Thorpe Park Fright Nights. Hope you had a fantastic time there, Jack. And then got Mark and Joseph on Vampire at Chessington World of Adventures. And next up, I do apologise if I say your name wrong. You know what my pronunciation's like. I say it every time. Here we go. We've got Lachlan with Harry and Alex there as well. So thank you for sending that in. We've got Kim who met myself and Charlotte. So thank you for sending that one in. Moving on then from that, we've got Ellis wearing some Icon merchandise there. That's what I love to see. My favourite coaster here in the UK. Then we've got Sam on Volcano at Fantasy Island there as well. Moving on, we've got Julie and Kevin at Europa Park. There you are, you had a fantastic time, guys. Glad you went out there to explore the park for the first time. And next up, we've got Michael with a Tomahawk on-ride photo just there. And following on from that, we've got Daniel with a Smiler on-ride photo. So thanks for sharing those. Next up then, we've got John who had a picture there with me. It was lovely to meet you. Of course, if you see me at these scare events, at the theme parks, come over and say hello. Honestly, it's so nice to chat to you guys. You all get to see me on the videos, but it's so nice when I get to see you guys and who's watching. So thank you and come and say hello. Moving on then from that, we've got Reese in Chelsea with me and Charlotte just there. So thanks for coming over to say hello. Then got Nathan, another Icon on-ride photo just there from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. We've got Cohen outside Hyperion, that's Energylandia in Poland. It's a great coaster, that one. We've then got Stocky and Uggy on Rootin' Tootin' Target Trail, so thank you very much for sending in that one. Next up we got David with the Walking Dead The Ride t-shirt there from Thorpe Park. And Ben up next with a Taran t-shirt. I own that one. I love Taran. It's one of my top 5 coasters. And yeah, thank you for sending that one in. Then got Harry with a selection of Wicker Man merchandise from Alton Towers. Jude with a Haunted Mansion hat. Oh, I'm loving that one. Thanks for sending your photo. And then Aidan with a toffee head from Pleasure Island there. So thank you for sending that in. And of course, this is from Pleasure Island in Cleethorpes, the closed park. Such a shame that we lost Tommy Tinkerboo's Sweet Adventure. It was one of the best dark rides in the UK when it first opened. And yes, it might have been left for a few years, you know, without much being done to it. But it was still an enjoyable ride. On to the birthdays then. We've got big happy birthday going out from me and everyone at Theme Park Worldwide to Jennifer, Brogan, Monty, Nathaniel, and also a happy 7th birthday to Ryan, and a big get well soon to Aidan. Thank you to all of you for watching Theme Park Worldwide. Have great birthdays, and of course Aidan, get well soon. There we go then, we've reached the end of this week's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Tune in next week for the final Halloween episode. I hope you've enjoyed all of our Screen Park Worldwide episodes. And of course, there's still more to come from Screen Park Worldwide, much more. The actual videos, the vlogs themselves from these scare events will be going on for the first week or so of November. I've filmed that much, it really has been crazy. But of course, thank you for joining us as always. And yeah, I've got a little friend here that wants to say hello. Here he is. Da, 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 da. There we are. I'm glad you all enjoyed that first episode from Screen Park Worldwide. Honestly, if you've not seen it, go and check it out. I was hoping to do some more, have some more fun with that, but just to be honest, I've not had the time because of everything going on and filming things. It's like 11 o'clock at night when I'm filming this right now because I've just not had time to do as much as I wanted to with this little guy. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching Screen Park Worldwide anyway. You never know, you might see him again. He was a good buy though, wasn't he? He's good. I think he was only about £10, so yeah, what a good buy. There we are. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this week's episode of TPW Weekly, and that means it's time to spook those credits. See you later.